The next question, Solon in the comic dreams about Tom Hiddleston.
I do, yeah.
And so the question was, who does Claude dream about in the comic?
I'll give you one hint. Give me a picture.
The answer is Brendan fucking Urie. He's a beautiful man. He's a married man. But he's a beautiful man. I love him.
Yeah, okay. Next. So somebody said that whenever we changed the name from Krieger and Drail to Austin's Cocktail, somebody said like, oh, I think of the names in a German dialect. And the reason why you might think of them in a German dialect is because Krieger is actually the word for warrior in German. That's why I named her that.
Drail is just something I came up with.
She came up with that as like a D&D thing. Why is this so cool? You're making me blush. Stop it.
Just so keep going.
Do you have the majority of the plot? Yes, we do.
We have the first arc already like filled out in detail, like all of that.
Everything's gonna happen.
The second and third arc are the ones that we have the basic bullet points that we need to elaborate on once we get to that point.
Little details and spunky things that we're gonna fit in there, but pretty much we know what's gonna happen though.
Yes.
And it's gonna be messed up. It's not gonna be cute.
It's not gonna be this cute and happy-go-lucky comic
that it is at the moment. So I mean, obviously, you know, and that's the thing too, I wanted to get into that too, because in the season's greetings from Rupert video, he said it's like supernatural.
Think of a combination of Daredevil, Supernatural, Deadpool, the Detective Comics, and Kill Bill.
Why is it like supernatural? There's no actual supernatural stuff in, like there's no ghosts or like demons and stuff like that. But the reason why I said that is because of the way that Supernatural is set up. That there's a main plot line where it's like, okay, they are needing to do something, this important task, like, okay, we need to find Lucifer again or something. And then there's like cases. So they do cases while this is going on. It lightens it up. And it's not always like, okay, blah, 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 blah. Instead, you know, something really crazy will happen, and then there's nothing that we can really do at the moment. We're already in the process of doing whatever we need to do to further the plot line. So we just step aside and do a mission. So that's what the missions are for. We're currently on our first mission, which is Battle of the Bands, right? So that's an example of it. Soon, the missions will be less so heavily connected to the plot.
They will be something to relieve the tension.
And to, you know, get back into this silly happy-go-lucky Krieger and Drell that you know.
Is this purely superhero, or are there going to be love interests? In balancing the life between a superhero and a normal person, it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, and even more so, you know how my art style looks, you know, it's kind of sketchy and it's kind of masculine too. You know, like the girls have like
these broad shoulders and defined arms. One
of the reasons why I made Krieger and Drell the way I did is because I dislike a lot of the way that female characters
are portrayed.
Female superheroes specifically are portrayed.
Because if you look through the comics, they're uber sexy like superhero chick who's like either the love interest or like there's always like this thing going on.
Right. Yeah. You know,
we
it's
didn't
like
want that.
Yeah. You know, it always seems like there has to be a love interest. You might see like, you know, Krieger get a crush, or you know, Drail get into a relationship every once in a while, but
it's
you know,
not,
honestly, it's not going to be a major
focus.
plot point.
It's not important. More breaking the fourth wall. Will there be more breaking of the fourth wall? The answer to that is most definitely.
Yeah, there will be.
Yeah.
Again, with
if you Rupert's season greetings.
Right. Yeah. If you watch that, just watch it. It's funny. Just watch it.
At least we think it's funny.
We think it's funny, but that's not always trustworthy. One of the things that he said that it was like is Deadpool. The reason it's like Deadpool is because we break the fourth wall like that. Not as much as Deadpool does. Deadpool has pretty much destroyed the fourth wall. It was like recent, wasn't it? That we broke the fourth wall again?
Yes, but I'm trying to remember.
Oh, plot development. Plot development. Yay! We will break the fourth wall, but it's gonna be
here and there. It's
here
not.
And there,
it's
not. No, we're not gonna be straight up talking to you like.
It's like, hey, oh my god, yeah, how you doing?
Wow,
wow,
crazy thing that's happening, right?
I might talk to you as the artist. Like I might like roll around in like a chair or something and be like, well, that was crazy, wasn't it? You know, like I might do stuff like that. But there's not gonna be a whole bunch of breaking the fourth wall.
Last question.
Okay, last question. How long will the series go on? It really depends on the pace. But if at the pace that we're going, which is once a week in pretty long chapters, 2 years. If you're not ready to write out like a story, maybe not the comic for you. It's not gonna be, wow, are you okay?
You asked it if it's okay.
It's not gonna be a like come and go, like, you know, like, okay, this is the beginning, this is the end, and, you know, there's gonna be a whole just cute little story going. It's not gonna be like that.
It's longer, it's convoluted, it's thoroughly planned out.
Yes.
Because we took a lot of time in figuring out the plot of the comic, where it's going, what details are important for foreshadowing.
Yes, and try to remember, you know, like this isn't new to us. Like, Krieger and Drail has been being planned out for years.
Yeah. We've been planning Krieger and Drail for 2 years before we actually started posting.
Yeah. And I also had to really relearn how to draw, and draw okay. And, you know, of course, I still have a whole bunch to learn. And again, I wanna, you know, touch on the fact that the art style is changing with like every update, and I'm sorry. I just need to find out what works for me, what looks best on Webtoon, what looks best, you know, what's easier for me, and also meets detail and efficiency. So of course I want to add in a bunch of detail, you know, but I don't have, if I'm gonna continue the plot, then I can't always do that. That's why a lot of it is not colored. And instead I decided to use that bronzy tone instead to just give it some color. But that's why I also wanted to do moments where it's colored so that you can still get into, like, you know what color, you know, the blouse that Drail is wearing that day. So you can envision that as you're reading the rest of it. The plan is that we're gonna get through this whole act, right, which is all the way from here to a ridiculous amount of things, right? And if at the end of the 2 years, you know, the comic hasn't really picked up any pace, like nobody's really super into it, then we'll move on.
It can end there and it won't be upsetting.
Yeah,
it's leaving it open-ended to the point where there could be more, but if not, then it's still a
decent ending. Yeah. Okay.
So,
yes.
yeah. Thank you for listening and watching us.
If you want to be caught up on Austin's Cocktail, you want to know what it is, I will leave the Webtoon link and the Tapas link at the bottom. Once again, there's like close to no activity on the Tapas because we don't push it as hard as we do Webtoon. So it's more of the questions and more of the activity is going to be on Webtoon. So if you want to go on Webtoon, you can, or if you don't really care about it, you can go on Tapas too. So. Try to spit out some gunk.
Bathroom? Gross.
Anyways, yeah, so you can look on Webtoon, you can grab it. The link will be in the description. And other than that, we're gonna try to get back on the YouTube route. I've been so caught up in Austin's Cocktail that I have had zero time.
And I just got my driver's license like maybe 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So transporting from where I live to her is going to be a little bit easier now that I have my car.
Yes. Yeah, so now we can make videos and stuff because all the equipment is here.
So yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Reading and watching and all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna have a link in Webtoon to this, and then
hopefully it'll cycle over.
Hopefully, yeah. So hopefully you can keep up with the real Solin and Claudia, and then to Soli and Claude, aka Krieger and Drail, in Webtoon, and you can keep up with their story as well. This is a big project. Like, this is a big project. So, you know, we're gonna be working through this in college. So yeah, you'll actually see us in college as well, which is so scary. We should figure out an ending. Like, what is our ending gonna be? Toodles? Like 3-2-1 Toodles? No, I'm gonna do that. Something easy.
What if it's Rupert saying Toodles?
Toodles! I love you, Ruby.
Ugh.
We've done it.
Yay.